Welcome back to Banished. My name is Tobal. Our housing is expanding, our industries are thriving, and our food is actually starting to stockpile up a bit. So things are looking a bit better this 7th winter of New Tynemouth's existence. We were trying to get a couple more food production buildings down in the last episode, and thankfully we are building up our stockpile of llamas and our fields of, I believe it's, yeah, turnips, wonderful turnips. So 2 more fields are paused. We will probably unpause these as we start to get a few more laborers, but right now we're super short on labor. So they're going to be taking care of that. However, everything else is finally in a decent sized stockpile. We have lots of stored tools, we have lots of clothing. Our food has been kind of skyrocketing a bit. I think it's because we added a lot more workers to all of the food buildings. So we have 4 gatherer huts. Sorry, 4 gatherers. We have 6 total hunters, so 2, or rather 3 in each building, and a really, really decent stockpile. So I'm really excited about that. Our firewood is getting produced at a pretty steady rate. I think pretty soon I'm going to wind up building another sawmill and removing this old woodcutter and taking that down, just so that we can have a bit of, you know, it's a bit more efficient to have the firewood made in a sawmill rather than a woodcutter shop. But since we don't have a ton of laborers, I will go ahead and keep that off the project list for the moment. So, what do we want to start building towards? What's our goal here? Well, for me, I really want to work on this external housing ring. And actually using the proper colonial housing here, the colonial homesteads or the townhomes, as you were, these that we were talked about before, and the little townhouse here that straddles the tunnel, the tunnel house. Basically, it straddles the road here. So that's what my goal is personally. I think that we need to wind up expanding our industries quite a bit. Colonial Townhouse is going to need building supplies and homewares, which we've mentioned before. That's going to take up a lot of labor. We have to have 4 supporting buildings for each of those resources. Actually, it's going to be, wouldn't it be 3 each? So 6 total. We are going to need 2 separate, like a furniture building and a glasswares building, and then that can get put into building materials. So we're going to need a lot of labor for the most part. So what I might do for a bit is let the game run, and we'll just enjoy some relaxing Banished environment for a bit until we start to get some more people who are coming of age. Well, the laborers are staying busy. We've got a lot of trees and rocks that are being cut down around the town center. Remember, a while ago, we'd given an order to kind of remove a lot of these resources. So, thankfully, they're finally getting to those orders. We are finishing off a bit of the road. We're trying to make this road, remember, the central road through town is going to be a 3-wide road, both directions. So it's going to be pretty big. It's, you know, if you think about it, it's going to have room for lots of bustling traffic and wagons and push carts, I suppose. Horses aren't invented apparently at this point, so that's fine. The food is starting to come down just a bit. I think we're going to need to... I really want to put down another fishing dock, but I'm fairly sure that putting down another fishing dock will only make them less efficient. Maybe they'll still be more than, I guess, they're gathering now. What other options for food production do we have? Oh, that's right. We wanted to think about maybe putting down something that will get us more cuts. So, for example, we had 200 venison here. I believe with the addition of the butcher, we can put down, say, a deer butcher. And I'll tell you what, let's put that down. We'll put that down to the outskirts of town, right next to this barn. And I'd like to see if the butcher for the deer will give us more cuts of meat overall. I'm fairly sure, I don't know why else that building would be an option, if it wouldn't allow us to get kind of a better production limit. I'm not sure if that's the word I'm looking for. A better yield, I suppose, for lack of a better term. So we'll see about that option. We've also got our farms that we could unlock here. Now this should be, this crop though, this will be the first harvest that we've had. So in theory, this turnip field should net us quite a bit of food and hopefully tide us over until the next field is ready to go, or until the next harvest. It should really supplement our supplies. How much is this hunter's cabin bringing in? Oh, production statistics. How did I miss that? I was so curious about what they were making. This is perfect. So in the last season, this particular hunting cabin brought in 4 deer, basically. I think it's 100 venison per deer. So they wound up hunting 4 deer, a couple ducks, or a bit of a duck meat. Okay, well then what about this hunting cabin? 680. Okay, so this hunting cabin is a bit more efficient. Now, in terms of overall food, oh wow. Yeah, the gatherer's hut just crushes those numbers. In fact, that is such a startling statistic there. I think I'm going to go ahead and pull down this hunting cabin and put up a gathering hut in its place, because that was a huge difference in production value. That a second gatherer's hut should net us a ton more production, or food production. Awesome. Okay, great. So that's what we kind of want to see. We are freeing up quite a bit of laborers here, but we are going to have to put some of those back into the gathering hut once it's finished. And in fact, I could probably go ahead... No, this is fine. We'll keep it. We'll put it in its place. Once this hunting cabin is destroyed, we'll put the new gatherer's hut in its place. Anything else going on? Do we have any concerns we need to worry about? Our health is okay. I'm really curious about if this central market is ever going to overflow. Like, if it's going to get too full and we'll actually have to put down a second market. Because what I'm thinking about is where to put some of our other service buildings. And namely, the biggest one I'd be thinking about is the City Hall, because this is going to be a pretty big building. And I normally like to do it, so you know how we're talking about making this circle, this imaginary circle around this downtown area. What I sometimes do is one of the sides that I don't make a primary area, I can keep open and turn that into like a civic corner, I suppose. So if we could keep the housing ring here, but say for example, all the roads come up like this, well, instead of a road going all the way through, we make kind of a little circle, and we have maybe a town hall over here, whatever this is over here, a couple of different types, a courthouse over here. So you wind up getting this government central zone, and I think it looks kind of nice. So, and we also could put down a couple of decorations. So I think we're going to do that, because at the moment, I don't know if it's really necessary to expand in this direction for any other reason yet. Obviously, we're kind of at this angle on this side where we have a couple houses here for food production. And in fact, honestly, where do you all live at? Really far away. Oh my gosh. Okay. How about, for your sake, the sake of your feet, let's put down some additional housing. Do we want to put down wooden homes, or do we want to just upgrade these to stone? I think for the moment, let's go ahead and just put down wooden homes. It's going to be a little bit easier. Maybe not as efficient in the long run. So, wood production is in this general vicinity. We wanted to talk about kind of beefing up our industry over time. Now, we have a ton of raw materials. We have 1,700 stored logs. We have 600 stone, 388 iron, and then 189 iron ore. So we have tons of iron ready to go. We have tons of stone and tons of logs. So I think I can start planning. If nothing else, we can plan for the next little expansion that we're going to be doing, which is kind of the more complex industry. Let's go ahead and add this structure to be demolished here. If I can click on it, there we go. And I'm going to put down, oh, that bugs me that it overlays the road just a bit. Let's put down another sawmill like we talked about. That's a lumber yard. What does this do? Is this more efficient? Oh, this allows up to 3 cutters to work. Oh, it's somewhere along the line I must have brought this number down. I didn't realize you could have more people working here. Okay, well that's fine. That makes more sense as to why we weren't quite pushing out as much firewood. That's great. Let's go ahead and put then another sawmill, and I'm going to keep it the same color. Ooh, we could overlap though. That might be kind of neat look to it. Oh, I like that a little bit. Then we'll have like a little covered awning that everyone walks under. Perfect. Alright, so we're going to have our 2 sawmills back to back, so to speak. One of them will be set on firewood, one of them will be set on construction materials, or this lumber. We can also put down... No, what do we want to put down here? I think it's going to be the brickworks, or let's see, the homewares. Homewares require other things. Building supplier and homeware supplier. Ooh, I like these taverns. I don't think we have anything to put in the tavern yet. Oh, do we need a winery? Or a vineyard, rather? Oh, this should do it. Must be stored at the inn and garden, tavern, or still for consumption. Interesting. We'll probably mess with that a little bit later on. I don't think we need that just yet, but soon. We got tinneries here for canned food. There's so many things that are added to the base game with Colonial Charter. It's pretty awesome. Okay, here's some of the crafting items that I think we're talking about. Yeah, the joiner's going to make furniture. I don't think we need the ropery for home goods. Glassworks we would need. I think there's a copper... Not cooper, but an actual copper type of industry as well. Although that might just be the foundry that I'm thinking of. Let's see, what else do we have? The weaver... Bedding maker. That might be part of it too. Well, you can see the bedding maker requires... what is this? This requires building supplies. Alright, let's find out what the heck goes into building supplies. So let's go ahead and put down the building supplier. I think, was it this one here? Homeware supplier, building supplier. Okay, we're going to put down the building supplier, and I'm going to put him in pretty close to this area here. A little bit of a gap, both in front and behind. Once this gets built, we'll have a better idea of what we need in order to actually make these building supplies. So we'll wait for this to get done. We have a lot of laborers. A lot of people are graduating from being a student and becoming adults, which is great. How's our school doing? Oh, cool. We're not anywhere near our kind of upper limit for the school yet. Oh, did we have our first harvest? We did. It must have just happened. So we're up to 2,000 food. That's awesome. And in fact, I think I want to go ahead and start looking at expanding a little bit more in other food areas. So I want to get another crop field ready. Then I want to open up this trading post. And when you have a trading post, you can start to trade and buy other types of seeds and other types of livestock. So I'd like to start building up our supply of both of those. Let's go ahead and cut down some resources in the general vicinity here. I want to put down another pasture, probably the same size. We have a ton of laborers right now, and before I kind of reinsert them into the gathering industry, remember we were going to put this gathering hut up here, which I can start, because they finally finished removing the old one. So let's put the gatherer's hut here. And then they'll build that. What other fancy stuff? Food refining. Interesting. Ooh, windmills. All these things that I don't think I've ever observed before. The bakery would be nice. I assume this needs wheat. Or... Interesting. I wonder if the bakery will just take whatever comes out of the harvest and like make it into, I don't know, radish pies or something. Let's go ahead and put the bakery down. We'll put it over here. I know it's starting to get a bit crowded too. That's why I want to push a little bit for getting the building supplier up soon. That way we know how to start making our fancy homes. Because what I'd like to do is relocate everyone who's in an existing house. Crap, get out of there. Relocate anyone who's in an existing house into the inner circle. I think I am going to stick with the inner circle idea. We have the room, and the outer area is going to be used for our raw manufactories. So that crop field's getting finished. Let's speed things up a bit. I want to put down another pasture here. How big do we make this one? This was a 10 by 20. Okay, we'll give a little space, and then another 10 by 20. The nice thing is that if this one starts to get full... Oh no! Did all of our llamas die? What happened to our llamas, my friends? I'm so confused. What, We have 2 domesticated animals here. I don't know what that is independently of the llama thing. Did they dead? What happened to the llamas? Are they oot and a boot? I'm so confused. 0 of 12. We had 3 here. I thought we started with 5. Now they shouldn't kill them before the limit is reached, right? They shouldn't be killing any of the llamas before that limit. So did they just starve? Was this field not efficient enough or not big enough for them? I don't remember ever seeing that. Do we have anything about... I mean, did they die of a horrible llama pestilence or anything? I don't think that was the case. I remember we started the episode in year 7, and I don't see any messages about llama deaths. Oh, that's such a bummer. Did they go in the... I mean, did they hide somewhere for the winter? Who knows? Okay, well, the more you know. I don't really know anything at the moment. But maybe we'll learn something soon. One of you, if you all are familiar with the game, and you're knowing exactly what happened, please feel free to share with me, because I would love to know what happened to my precious. My little babies. I wish we could, like, just tame these deer that are just hanging out right in the middle of town. They already seem pretty nice. Hey, good. Our trading post is ready to start getting built now. That's going to come in handy, obviously. Starting to trade, get more, apparently, replacement llamas. I don't know what happened to the old ones, but they're long gone. Excuse me. Our food production is... It's okay. It's kind of hovering. It's not really where I'd like to see it. I'd love to see it way up in the 5,000 range. That way, I've got a lot of room to kind of react in the event that we have a sudden population boom and we have to start making, you know, a lot of food quickly. I'm a little worried that a lot of our folks are starting to get older. We've got 52, 55, 57, 54. So you can see that our initial settlers are starting to get a little bit older, and we're going to have some replacements ready to go soon. I think we're okay. I wish I would have had a bit more housing out here. And in fact, I can go ahead and put some more down just to keep that cycle of life going. I don't want to get to the point where you lose, you know, because that's a real danger. You basically have to reset any of your micro that you've been doing, your micromanagement of population, and immediately take care of, you know, bring everything back to basics. So stop doing, you know, the church, stop doing any fancy building supplier stuff, come back to food and shelter and heat kind of basics. So that would be a big concern for me, is to kind of have that population explosion and then a collapse because we don't have enough older people. Or sorry, yeah, I mean, we lose too many older people. They start dying at the same time, or they, you know, quote unquote retire. I don't think anyone retires here. I do believe they hit a senior age, so they still actually take away from your food and things like that, but they don't provide. Send them all down the river. That's what we should do. Viking funerals for all. We're really, really low on firewood. Danger, Will Robinson. Let's go ahead and add in one more person on the firewood side of the world. That should help us out. I mean, I did add someone else, but do you live too far away, maybe? Nope, you guys both live right there in the same house. With 2 woodcutters living together. Perfect harmony. Alright, so we added one more firewood producer. We'll have to see if that will get us back up again. We're only at 24, so we're pretty low. Hey, our trading post is done. Let's go ahead and give ourselves one trader. And I think what I can do... how do we do this? We want to have a stockpile of things ready to go here. So what do we want to sell? Well, Let's sell some produced goods. Let's sell about 20 iron tools. Let's also sell about 20 hide coats here. That'll keep them in the inventory ready to go. I don't really know. Let's start with that, and we'll see what our first order actually is. Auto purchase never. Yeah, we don't really have that ready to go. And I think orders. What is this? Is this when you have to unlock a person first? Maybe a trader. I mean, I'm not sure, but we should see a message when the trader does arrive. We should get a pop-up notification or a an event log notification for that. So let's take a look at what else is going on in the city. Our roads are expanding. We've got 8 laborers, 2 builders. We have a lot of buildings ready to go. I mean, we are ready for our laborers to start dragging things over. Excuse me. And once that's taken care of, I think this will be a nice population boom here. What we got. Did this one just go up? No, that's been up. 4 houses here, 2 houses over here, and then 2 more down here. Hey, our butcher's done. Let's go ahead and put somebody into the butcher shop. Really curious about how much, 100 venison, what 100 venison turns into down the road. We could also, I don't want to set another, or do I? Maybe I do. Where do you live at? You're right there. Let's go ahead and set another person onto the crop field. Oh, you know what? No, let's kill this one. Let's put our pears down. Is what we'll do. Yeah. We will we'll have one person on the pear field, or our pear orchard rather, and then one person on the turnip field. And that'll be good. Pears should help us out a bit. Didn't we have our... Where did that go? I put down a bakery, right? Right there. Okay, so the bakery will get done at some point. I'm curious to see if that will turn the goods into actual food or not. You don't have any... You're a brand new home. But you don't have any firewood yet. Slightly concerning. Did we ever put... Okay, I need to drop down a well. Another well much further back over here, because we only have one well between the church, kind of in the center of town. So if there's a fire over here, everyone should be close enough to the water to quickly do a chain of buckets for that. But farther away from the water is where it gets a little bit more dangerous. So we'll put a well down here. That should take care of this vicinity in case of fire. Nobody will panic and try to pee on it. Perfect. I like this idea. Oh, they finally finished the road reduction, I guess, for lack of a better term. I think I want to set an order to start clearing out. When they've got free time, I want them to clear out this section. And I'd like to plan out, if not build them right now, I would like to plan out what buildings are going where. And I think I would like a governor's office, a courthouse, and one of these 2 types of town halls. Probably this town hall, because we can have this sooner than later. I don't know if we're ready for migrants yet either. Town halls let you get migrant applicants. So it's another way for your town to increase its population. Ooh, a gazebo! I want a gazebo in the town. Well, that's adorable. Oh, and it can be symmetrical, too. Oh, this is totally going to happen. Okay. I'm going to put a gazebo right there. Oh, what is this type of wood? Hang on, let's click on that. Hardwood and bronze. Well, yeah, we do not currently have hardwood and bronze, so no gazebo enjoyment for us today. Our second sawmill is done. That doesn't look too bad. I kind of like how that looks. Let's add this back, get another woodcutter here. I think I will keep this at 1, though. We've got 3 working on firewood. I'll put this person onto lumber out of logs. We're still really over, I guess, wooded. That's not really a term, but we're overproducing logs, so that's not even a problem. Honestly, I could probably reduce this down to 1 and still maintain the amount of logs we need. win, though. Okay. So our orchard's coming up. Our second farm will have to get a lot of stuff cleared off of it, but we do have a lot of laborers for that. I really want... where'd it go? I want this to be done. Hey, wow, that was easy. Okay, so, to make one building supplies, we need bricks and joists. Interesting. Oh, what is this? We can say what we make it from. Interesting. So, this seems cheap. Just a glass shop. Oh, or we choose what to make it out of. Well, heck, let's just make a brick shop, and that's it. Because we can choose to make building supplies out of bricks and lumber. That seems easier to me. Let's look where that bricklayer was. Brickworks, what do you need? Ah, crap, what is this stuff? Silt? Clay. Okay, so we need a couple more supporting buildings for you. So, first off, you're probably going to be over here in kind of the industrial sector. If you will. We'll put him on another road back to, back against the blacksmith. Where did you go, friend? You are right here. So, we'll make the brickworks right about here. I don't know what it needs to finish what it actually needs to make bricks. So we'll look into that once we actually finish the brickworks. But let's get somebody who can extract clay. Clay, clay, clay. I don't know where you get clay from. I mean, I assume it's like a clay pit digger thing. Raw production. Yeah, what am I thinking of? Shore house. Where sand and clay can be dug up for further processing. I think that's all we need then. Oh, searches all the land for animals to domesticate. Oh, I didn't know this was a possibility. Nice. Okay, well, let's do that then. Wild shepherd. I don't know. I guess we could just put you... It doesn't seem to matter where you go. You search the entire map. So let's just put you over here. That's exciting. Okay, let's put down the shepherd. We'll also put down... Ooh, what is this? So stable produces domesticated animals. Are domesticated animals a different resource than these tamed animals? Are domesticated animals what you put in, say... this here. Oh, okay, so you see how it has that number there. It has, this requires to make a milk pen, it requires 4 domesticated animals. So we'll leave that for the moment. We'll see how the shepherd works out, and then maybe we'll add in the second option there. Okay, perfect. So that's done. We can also drop down sorry, distracted. The shore house, right? Yes, shiny things, great. Okay, shore house. Let's put you down, I don't know, maybe by the shore. Just an idea. I'm not an expert in shores or anything like that, but... Oh, damn it all. What about right here? Hey, perfect. Okay, friend, you're going to be digging up clay forever. Oh, what is this? What is this symbol? We just got this. A standard orchard has developed an infestation. Well, do we cut all the trees down? I think we're supposed to cut all the trees down. That would make sense. That's what you would do in a blight situation. You destroy the crop so it doesn't spread. Oh, wow, that is a horrible fog of death here. Well, that's rude. We haven't even been able to enjoy a single pear from our orchard yet. Whatever, game. Whatever. Alright. Let's add a couple more roads here. We'll add a double-wide road down in front of both the gatherer's hut and the trading post. Still no trader yet. Do we see one on the way? No. I got distracted by the rock. I thought it was a trader. Hey, our first trader's on board. Look at you go. You have tons of goodies. God, I want to see how that model looks. It's so awkward. Like, from up high, it's not bad, but when you zoom in close, they're really, really rough. Okay. Well, that's exciting. So we're going to have our first trader, and I think after the trader arrives, I might go ahead and wrap the episode up. It sounds like this is a pretty good one. We're getting a lot of expansion done. I'm going to keep this building supplier offline for now. Obviously, we don't have the bricks to make anything, bricks and lumber. So we'll keep that turned off. Hey, the gatherer's hut finished. Let's bump this up to about 6 people so that we have 3 at each of our sites. We've got our, let's see, pasture of nothing. I guess I will stop this from working, I suppose. We don't have any We don't really have any llamas at the moment, so there's no point in having someone be a rancher. Hey, what have you been producing? Tallow sausages and venison cuts. Okay, I don't know what you use though. Like, I don't know what the ratio of 1 to 1. So he's got 104 venison in his inventory, or her inventory. Purple shirt, butcher lady. Oh, you just got a bunch of goods that just kind of hang out there. Okay. Oh, I should have seen the numbers here. What? Do anyone remember what the number was before, like, 3 seconds ago? 20 tallow and 22 sausages out of what? Didn't she have like 100 and some odd? So it's split it into 20s of each. So maybe it's a 1 to 1, like a 1 to 3. Like you get every 1 venison you use, you get 1 tallow, 1 sausage, and maybe every so often you get a venison cut. That could be it. If so, that's going to be a really good production for us. Awesome, and she doesn't have too far to walk either if she needs to pick up raw venison. And I don't want the butchery to be downtown. That doesn't seem like a great place for that to be. Alright. What else do we have? We have a bakery. You can make... Oh, neat. Okay, so we can pick from what we're actually looking at. So you need flour, flour butter, stuff that we don't have. Okay, so we're going to turn that off for now, but at least we're learning about what we need for some of these buildings, which is really important. Flour and butter. So obviously... the milking is what part of that is going to be. We're going to have these pens here. And I suppose flour, I mean, you can't... I wonder if you absolutely have to have wheat. I bet if we were to put down... if we were about to put down a watermill or a windmill, it would say, what do you want to process here? Let's put down a watermill. I think that'll look kind of nice. I don't think they rotate. Oh, is it going to fit right here? Oh, really? Really? I almost want to destroy the fishing outpost just to put the watermill right next to it. That kills me inside a bit. Just, oh no, it's all falling apart. Maybe I'll do that next episode and see if anyone notices. Okay, so finally, we've got our trader pulling up here. So the trader has docked. Let's see what he has to offer. This is custom ordered. I think we can say... yeah, we can request certain things from this vendor. So they have 6 bison here. It would cost 1,600 to get 2. What could we max here? No shift clicking? Doesn't work at all? Okay. Ooh, wow, that's rough. We could only afford... we couldn't even afford 1. So we're going to have to come up with a lot more valuable items, I suppose. That's what we're going to have to do. What else can we look at? I mean, I really don't want to give away any food, obviously, because we're not quite ready for that. We might just have to wait for trading. It doesn't look like we have anything that is super, super valuable. I would think that the tools would be our most valuable asset. Probably food, but I don't really want to give away food right now. But, kind of like Dwarf Fortress, you know, you start having someone work on crafting and things like that, so you have something to trade. So maybe we'll have them work on trading in a bit. So, you know, like maybe we'll have someone doing jewelry or something like that in the next couple of episodes. But we're doing okay, apart from a horrible, horrible blight. Thank you all so much for joining me for this episode of Banished. I hope you're enjoying the series as always, and I will see you in the next episode. Until then, stay safe, take care.